Well, Eric, the good news for the president, as Peter said, is that job creation is picking up, and economic studies show that American voters pay more attention to the pace of job creation than they do to the unemployment rate. Still, Mitt Romney could hammer away at the rise in unemployment. Economists, though, would look askance at that. And here's why. Because it was only a marginal rise. If you take it out to 3 decimal places, you can see that the rise in unemployment is basically a matter of 1/100th of a percentage point. It went up to 8.254. So it rounds up to 8.3, but it's very much on the edge of staying unchanged. And that's the real question going forward here. Is the economy unchanged? Are we just treading water, or are we starting to go downhill? And what the numbers suggest in this report is we continue to tread water. Hours worked didn't change, 34.5. Companies are still keeping their people on the payroll, still keeping factories moving at about the same pace. They're not cutting back in anticipation of any kind of a recession. That's not great news in the sense that we're not getting any better, but at least at the moment, things aren't getting any worse. So the real question here among the economists is, where are we going to be in a couple of months, Eric?
Michael, how about this question? Whether today's jobs report takes the Fed out of the game? I put it to David Zervos of Jefferies earlier. He said no way. What are you hearing up there?
Well, the general feeling is among the economists here, and there are about 50 prominent Wall Street economists and academics, and they feel that it could. The problem is we have another jobs report between now and the Fed meeting in September. But if that report confirms what we're seeing today, it would be hard for them to make the case that the economy needs a lot of stimulus given the risk-reward calculation. The idea that they don't get a lot of bang for the buck, they do run some risks in raising the size of their balance sheet. So if we're seeing job creation and unemployment basically unchanged, they might not want to move. So it is a bit of a surprise, and it runs a little bit counter to what maybe some of the Fed thinking had been going into this week's number, Eric.